I woke up with horrible chest pains and I had a really hard time breathing. I underwent a severe and spontaneous lung collapse. I've had a history of lung problems since my childhood. I grew up in a really polluted industrial area. I had asthma as a kid. So when it came out to be a lung issue, honestly, I wasn't that surprised. But I was really hoping nothing that severe would happen. One day, I was about a month away from going to university and I woke up in the morning with horrible chest pains and I had a really hard time breathing. I phoned up an ambulance and I went to hospital, checked myself in. Some of my diagnostics were coming back. In the nurse's words, like that of an old man, and I was just 20 at the time. The x-rays came back, a major spontaneous lung collapse, pneumothorax for the medical term. As soon as they realized what it was and understanding that a lung collapse of that nature can escalate and become life-threatening, they wheeled me back into the ER where I underwent some emergency surgery. Lung collapses happen when the lung essentially ruptures slightly and air starts flowing in and crushing the lung. What they sometimes do is they fuse the lung to the walls of your chest cavity itself, so that something like that realistically shouldn't happen much again. At least nothing of that severity. If this sounds painful, that's because it was. It was incredibly painful. I woke up about 3, 4, 5 hours later with a very large incision in my side and a plastic tube running down into a bucket to drain blood and fluids. After surgery, I had a period of physiotherapy just to regain some of my lung function and to ensure that nothing would go wrong in the immediate aftermath. Working on my lung capacity, learning to breathe, learning to feel the sensations inside this lung. My left lung can undergo another partial collapse. And what usually happens is I feel a lighter version of that sharp shooting chest pain. The nature of the condition is that sometimes one of my lungs just fails to varying degrees of severity, but never life-threatening. There really isn't much they can do short of putting me under the knife for a repeat surgery of that exact type in the hopes of patching up any areas they missed. And that brings up its own issues. My life before my collapsed lung, I would describe it as I was thoroughly miserable, but I had fully functional vital organs. But at the same time, I gotta say, it was really nice having 2 working lungs for about the first 2 decades of my life. You know, that's really fun, and you do kind of miss that once that's gone. I'd say I've gone through a lot of changes. A few years down, I transitioned. The after effects of that collapse became a recurrent issue and has developed into something of a disability. But honestly, overall, I'm a much better person because I'm living life as I am and as I should be. For anyone else on Earth who's going through the same thing, the main thing I would want to tell them is that developing a physical impairment or a disability is not the end-all be-all of your body. Once you grow accustomed to it and you learn about it, it just becomes something that anyone can overcome. And truly, that's pretty impressive. I am C. Are you?